Hey guys, hope you all can hear me good. People on live stream, maybe. So my project is called Roots, which is an exploration in topography, memory, and being mindful of the moment. And I'm David Utt. I am a photographer, traveler, designer, problem solver, a lot of problem solving today, live streamer, just a little bit of everything, a lot of hats. So I guess you can start with the idea of what's a memory and what is memory. It's a very ambiguous term. We've heard it a bunch, and it's a really big, important facet of our life. And how we've used it and recorded it has changed very much over the last our existence and especially the last 100 years. Where at least up until let's say 1950s or so, the 80s, 19th century, we stored our photos like this, our memories in this method, where we would print them out, put them in albums, keep them away. It's just kind of what we did. This is a mesh right here. Then you have things like in the turn of the century, we started to sort of digitally on these digital albums. For instance, this is mine from in 2016 and 2015. A lot more photos. And now we're moving to this area where we're saving our information and our history on social media. But there's a little bit of a difference between what's a memory and what's a photograph. A memory is the aspect of the mind in which we encode, store, and retrieve the different facets of an experience. It's vital to who we are, and without it, we're not really us. It's the taste of when you're eating lunch. It's the stress that you have when you're presenting a presentation. It's all these individual senses. Then a photograph. It's the visual tool that we use for reconnecting these various memory facets from these different senses that we have, from taste, sight, smell, touch, our own inner monologue, all these moments. And then we put it together into these coherent experiences. So what's a really big situation? It's that while we've greatly improved our ability to record our personal history, has our ability to actually remember these events benefited equally from the capability of being able to take an infinite number of photographs. Or as Google put it earlier this year with the Google Pixel, unlimited storage equals unlimited memories. But I think this is kind of a misleading in the fact that, again, photos are different from memories, and that we're not machines, we're people, and our memory is volatile. So the goal of Roots is to bring back value to both the photograph and the moment, which are integral in creating an everlasting qualitative memory and stronger recall. So my answer is Roots, which is a pretty simple but interesting camera application which values our time and memory by augmenting our natural processes for a more worthwhile and direct experience for both the moment and when you reflect on them in the future. So it's for stronger recall instead of creating more superfluous recordings. So there's really 3 stages for this, from taking a photo, a curated gallery, and then the notification you can set at the end of the day that tells you and reminds you how many photos you've taken, and a little note that makes barcode memory. So again, this is done in 3 stages, from developing a memory from an experience. You find a life moment, you want to find that life moment, you're taking those different senses. Then you're saving that memory with a photograph, you're taking your time with it. And then from there, refining that memory through personal reflection. And this is in a sense voiding I'm going to put it in my attic for the next 50 years and hopefully I'll see those photos again. One research paper from the University of Sydney found that digital items stand a lesser chance of salience for evoking a memory due to the fact that it's often captured but never reviewed. So that last part is really important. So why do we need it? Well, here are these 2 photo albums. The one on my left is my dad's that he's collected over 41 years. And the one on the right is my digital collection, which I've collected over the last 8 years. This is a graph that I've built going through each collection over 4 days, identifying how many photos we've saved and how many duplicates there are. I'm the person on the left and my dad's on the right. He had some quick fun facts is that I have 5 times as many photographs as my father does in a fourth of the time. And in addition, in duplicates, 19% is in his collection, 19% of his collection is duplicates, but for me it's 42, almost half. And that in that number, it's almost twice as many as he has photos from the last 41 years. We're taking a lot more photographs, guys. So this was a quote from The Life-Changing Magic of Tightening Up, which is about being mindfulness, of relating around physical hoarding. And I can let you guys read it, but I think the most important part is where anyone can throw away things will soon end up having so much stuff that their storage space overflows. So that would prevent you from becoming a true hoarder, as it were. But that's not really the case with digital photographs, because you can take so many and store them on the cloud or digitally. That lack of prevention is leading us to many consequences. But such as in the MoMA, where over a 5-minute period, this was outside, I can start that saying, but this is the Starry Night piece at the MoMA. Right outside of it, one of the most prolific and most important pieces. You would think you would go there and you would want to really savor the moment, but within a 5-minute period, I had 80% of people, if you had 80 people come up to engage with the artwork, and 60 of those left within 30 seconds, taking a photograph and then leaving. And that's about 75% of those using visitors. We had the fastest time was 2.5 seconds, and on average and the average time I saw was 25 seconds total, where that means by the time I really just finished the sentence, you would have already left and gotten your fill of this amazing artwork. This was another woman that I interviewed outside in the MoMA called Guadalupe, whose name is Guadalupe Flores. She visited from Mexico for the second time. And I caught her taking a photo of this piece of Picasso's, The Young Ladies of Avion. And when I asked her afterwards, she said she was saving it for later. I talked to her a little bit more, I got some more information from her, and what was funny was that that last year, she went to the same piece, took the same photo, and we found it on her phone, and it's the exact same image from where she was standing. Because of the fact that she never actually reviewed it or ever looked back, she was actually reliving that same life experience without even noticing. And then this was this important quote that I found, that compared to physical items, due to their lesser salience, they're often captured and stored but never reviewed. You don't look back at them. And what this means is it's reducing the chance of finding it again to help you remember. So again, being able to look back is a really important part. So who would use this camera application? And really, I see it's for the people who desire to save a life experience and want to reflect on them later. Being traveling the world with family and friends, or being a parent and watching a child grow up so quickly in front of your eyes and want to save them from home. Or this scene from last year when I was in China, in Beijing, where in the forbidden city of the throne of the Hall of the Preserving Harmony, I think this could also be a good place to start, with everybody taking a photo. I recommend it. A lot better picture. So roots today. I have started with this what kind of got me started was looking at how the camera works today. And there's some really important facts that you can't actually see the photo you've just taken. It only provides a small window to the previous image, so it encourages taking multiple photos in a sequence. There's no callouts to leave the application. And there's 3 actions you have to take before you can actually delete an image. So it's almost forcing you to not curate and not actually delete any photographs. So my application on the other side lets you review the photos you take when you see them. So as you say, I was at a park and I wanted to capture the moment. I actually didn't like this. I thought I could do something better. It doesn't save it on my phone. I can look back and I can make sure I get the best picture. In addition, with the gallery, it scales content based on how long you spend with each photo in each moment. And then at the end of the day, it gives you a notification of how many photos you sent. And in the future, we'll actually pull a random photo from that day, help you spark that memory and pull it out of that album that you basically never look back at. So why would you use roots? You would save time by looking through less pictures, more quality from every picture you take, limiting the depreciation for every continuous picture afterwards, and you have stronger memory by encouraging personal reflection. You're experiencing the moment, you're not just recording it. It's our life, we should be a part of it. So I did some testing feedback with this project so far, and what I got is a lot of people saw this as a really strong first step into bringing an old type of photography back, but with this modern technology. And they found it very useful. So my intent is to create an application that values our time and our memory by augmenting how we think for a more worthwhile experience, both in the moment and when we reflect on these moments in the future. It's a project about designing for human memory, not digital recording. Thank you very much.